Whenever
Sure.
you got time, whenever you feel that yes, you have sufficient time to be here, please visit us physically.
Sure, ma'am.
Sharon, kindly give me the rights.
Yes, we are going right through, ma'am.
Yes, yes, she shared, sir. Okay, she disabled. Sharon, kindly give me the right.
Yes, we have given you rights, ma'am.
But I'm not able to share my screen, Bacha. It's written host disabled participant screen sharing.
Wait a minute, ma'am. I'll just.
Not an issue, beta, not an issue.
Ma'am, please check.
Just a minute. No, still not, beta.
Ma'am, now.
Yes, no, thank you. So, sir, this is the university. I should say the trust is serving in the form of legacy since 1990 or more than that. It has a number of schools, colleges. Now, the dream that has come true in 2023 is in the form of Pimpri Chinchwad University, well surrounded with nature. Like we used to say, means literary people used to say, the literature cannot be studied in room. So we have that experience. Literature really cannot be studied in room, and here we are in nature, lap of the nature, center of the nature, moving or working towards, I should say, humanity, science, engineering, along with the natural touch. We have engineering school where we are serving in the form of CS. Main branch has been with us, and with the, I should say, specialization in the field of AIDS and AI/ML. We are serving these in the form of bachelor's in computer science degree, master's in computer science. We have the School of Management too, where we are giving in number of specializations. We have School of Design, sir. B Pharma, and its visa, School of Humanities and Liberal Art. We have Media Arts and Communication as well. This is the front of, or was, I should say. Now the site has changed. We are working on the holistic development of our students, giving opportunity in every direction, sir.
You certainly have a very vibrant and beautiful campus, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's why I wish that you should join us. Whenever you come, please visit us.
Sure, ma'am. Sure.
So that was our university, serving in the field of a number of educational activities. And we are trying to serve not only in the field of science and humanities, we are serving in the field of, I should say, medical science as well. Right now, we are having pharma, but we are planning to go towards, I should say, some other program that is nursing as well. And we'll try to find some more courses so we can easily serve not only physically but mentally as well, sir.
Right. Medical technology and biotechnology are also growing fields,
Yes,
so they
sir.
can
Yes, sir.
also be added on.
Yes, sir. We have started working. Our academic council has given us permission for the same. So in this academic session that is coming 2024 and 25, we are working in that field. We have launched that. Admissions are coming with God's grace. And within a year, I should say proudly, we are blessed with God in the sense of admission, in the sense of academic intellect, sir. Some faculty members are with us. We have my department, some other school members are here. So I would like again to introduce you, sir. It's very difficult कि मैं एक linguistic and literature जिसका क्षेत्र भाषा और साहित्य दोनों रहा हो उनको मैं इंट्रोड्यूस करूं, but yes, I will. We have with us Professor Komal Mehrotra. He is head of the department in KIET-Ghaziabad, enriched with experience of more than 25 years in the field of academics as well as in the research. In his credential, if I talk, he has n number of papers, cannot be counted, because if we start counting stars, and the whole night goes, the life goes, we cannot count them. So n number of research papers are in his credential. He has more than 5 patents in his credential. He has guided to the research scholars as well. As we say, humanity makes its own path. So sir is creating path to n number of students and helping them to make their career. He has been a voice and accent trainer as well. In Allahabad Spoken English School of Language, that's an addition, or I should say a feather in his cap. If I talk about his another research activities, he is the editor of a journal which is well indexed in Scopus and SCI. He has been the part of Arihant publisher as well, means he has edited in number of books in the field of English language. And yes, he is working with the magazine as well from 2011 to 12. So and again, as I said, sir has made path for a number of people. Sir is making career in the field of BTech as well. The student of engineering are working in the field of engineering only. Sir is trying to make them human being. Machine cannot work without humanity. Or I should say society cannot serve without humanity, because machine is working as per the human being's feeling, as per the human being's mindset. And yes, today's topic that is chosen by sir is also very wonderful. When everyone is talking about technology, everyone is talking about professional courses, sir is going to let us know about the scope and significance of NEP 2020, especially in the relevance of humanity. Because once when the student think of choosing some direction, humanity is less important. They feel we have to study a lot. Research तक जाएंगे तब हमको कहीं कुछ job मिलेगा. No, it's not. That is my perception. And sir is here to enlighten us in this field. Sir, over to you.
Thank you, ma'am, for that generous introduction. Ma'am has made me feel that I have done so much, but I would classify myself as a learner. I'm still learning, and I hope to continue learning till the last day of my life.
That's a beauty of yours, one, that you are thinking yourself as a learner while you are a torch bearer to n number of people.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. So before I begin my presentation, I have a small video that I would like to share.
Yes.
And then maybe discuss one or two questions around it, then proceed to the presentation.
Definitely, sir. Definitely, sir.
So I hope the audio and video would be visible. I'm just sharing my
Yes, sir.
screen.
Yes, yes. So, participant, the forum is open for everyone. Questions are invited by our guest. Kindly be ready with your questions. It's my request.
So is it audible to everyone?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Somewhere, sir, voice is making, I think from your side. Some voice issue is there, I think.
Is it audible, ma'am, or not?
No, sir, it's not audible, sir.
Okay. There, as such, there is no dialogue. It's just
Okay.
music,
Music voice. Okay,
right?
okay. Okay,
We just need to watch it very, very
okay, sir.
carefully.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
I'll restart it once more.
Okay, please, sir.
So I would like to stop sharing my screen and come to the small message of this story. Right. I hope I'm audible now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are audible, sir.
Right. So yes, as you could see that there was a struggle between the dog and the heron, wherein the dog didn't allow the heron to
To
take
pick.
the worms, the bait.
Yes. Yes.
But when the dog realized that yes, the heron was taking it to feed her kids,
Yes.
he allowed the heron to take it, and the heron paid back in kind by giving
In number
them
of.
the number of fishes.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Now, uh, so it's a basic exercise in collaboration, as we
Yes.
could see. Right.
Yes. Right,
But
sir.
apart from collaboration, I would request any one of the participants to unmute themselves and answer one basic requirement of living life. Anyone who could raise their hand, unmute and answer.
Anyone whosoever is willing to kindly, Dr. Kendre, are you listening me, Dr. Kendre? I think he is. Dr. Khan, all are thinking. Because
Oh,
nowadays needs has changed, sir. People are
right,
not, yeah.
right. So somewhere or the other, the basic thing that uh, the video is highlighting is coexistence.
Yes.
How we survive in the world through the principle of coexistence.
Yes.
Uh, many people, many doubts have been created in the minds of our educators, especially with the advent of these large language models, the LLMs, ChatGPT, Google Bard, etc. That
Yes.
how will the role of educators be, especially the people who have been involved in language and literature teaching? How will they be able to cope with the challenges? Because uh, these large language models are able to generate written responses at the speed of light, right?
Yes.
So it becomes very, very difficult to address this situation. But of course, we need to somewhere or the other understand that because we are living in a world, uh, we are human beings and we are not human doings. Because human beings is we are human because of certain characteristics that we display. Otherwise, if we were just continuing moving on from one action to the another action, we would just become human doings and not human beings.
Well said, sir.
So now I would like to again share my screen and start my presentation.
Okay.
So yes, I hope it is visible to everyone.
Yes, sir. It is visible.
Right. So first of all, again, thanks for giving me a chance to share my opinions and views with your esteemed faculty members. And so introducing the topic, uh, first of all, so everyone knows that the national education policy has introduced quite a few number of changes as far as the concept of higher education goes. And the integration of humanities with other disciplines has been cited as one of the major requirements because multidisciplinarity and interdisciplinarity has been promoted quite a lot under NEP 2020. So just to give you an example, because you have already got the Department of Computer Science and Engineering with AI and data science. So, and you have got other subjects being taught under the humanities department as well. So, an integration or rather offering psychology as a minors or applied psychology as a minor to those students who are there in the CSE and AI would be a great game changer for them because they would be able to understand not only the nuances, the technical nuances of artificial intelligence, but they would be able to use the psychological theories and principles uh, to their advantage when they work with AI. So that is going to be one of the ways of integrating humanities with technology as well. So, and we obviously know that the world of education is increasingly drifting towards a utilitarian setup. What is the use of education? Everyone is asking that. That's why in the education world, we have come up with OBE concept, the outcome-based education. What is OBE? Bloom, the implementation of Bloom's taxonomy, uh, cognitive domain, psychomotor domain, and affective domain. All that is a part of now the outcome-based education. But again, I have a recent finding, a phenomena that I would like to share with you. While interacting with some industry representatives, especially from the instructional design, the learning and development department of the industries, I came to know of a concept that the industry is practicing in their learning and development departments. And that principle is the 10-20-70 principle. So this 10-20-70 principle is that only 10% of the instructions are given one way, 20% is interactive discussion, and 70% is practice based when they want their employees to learn something. So, can we think of this particular concept? Because if we see the movement of, or rather the gap between the education and the industry, the academics and the industry is looking for skills, it's looking for competence. So, why not shift from outcome based education to competence based education? We can shift from this particular concept from outcome based to competence based. And to enhance competence, we need to have more emphasis on the practical aspects rather than the theoretical aspects. So, yes, that's one new finding that happened because of my interaction with the industry personnel. And of course, the complexities of contemporary existence cannot do without humanities because it needs to go through a renaissance of its own to remain relevant in the time. We know that AI is there to stay, and AI will be penetrating into a lot of fields. So lots of job roles will be taken up by AI. Even if we talk about computer science and engineering, those students who are aspiring to be software developers in future, they may find that software development domain job may not remain relevant after 5 years. So,
Yes.
because if we talk about the increase in accuracy of the large language models like ChatGPT, uh, it has been introduced from November 22, and from that particular time, it was at only 67% accuracy. The results that it generated were only 67% accurate. But if we talk today, the results have increased in accuracy to 93%. So that in itself is a huge change. And because of the integration of generative AI, uh, it's able to regenerate the much more accurate and better responses in even lesser time. So, and of course, I have seen students in our college as well. They have used ChatGPT and its coding prowess to generate static web pages in a jiffy. They hardly take 10 seconds and a static web page has been produced. So all this is already happening. So how to keep us humans involved in teaching and education in this particular scenario, and how to keep the humanities relevant, that is going to be the major focus of my presentation. So if I talk about the historical perspective of humanities, so since the beginning of time and especially the beginning of civilization, It has been responsible for shaping social, cultural, and intellectual landscapes. Uh, we know of our own literary prowess in the Indian subcontinent. We know we have got the Vedas, the Upanishads, the Mahabharata, the Ramayana, so many epics and so many doctrines have been laid out in those that it's almost impossible to ignore them. And the best example of this is that Vedic management is also being taught in universities like Harvard as a subject. So yes, India has contributed a lot to the humanities field, the management and social sciences field since time immemorial. And of course, if we talk about this particular term, humanities, it has got originated from Latin humanitas. Initially, it involved grammar, poetry, rhetoric, history, moral philosophy, and studying of classics as per the ancient Greeks. And now it has got so many domains: economics, uh, political science, philosophy, and psychology, sociology. Everything is falls under the domain of humanities and arts. So it's a great field to be, and it's great to be part of this field as well. After all these subjects are responsible for making us think, feel, and behave like humans. So it's that is the importance of humanities, that we think, feel, and behave like humans. This is what makes us do it. Right. So there are some myths that I would like to address. Right. So myth number one would be humanities courses are outdated for the 21st century. Lots of parents, when we talk to school students and in the 12th class or maybe in the 10th class itself, and when they have to choose a particular subject for their 11th and 12th, lots of parents also put this pressure on students that please take science and maths. Please go in for science and maths. That's a safe field. Do not go in for the humanities branches. So again, that's a myth which needs to be removed, uh, because humanities, the subjects associated with humanities, they are uh, they are a compendium of such subjects that they build up the human skills, the durable skills, which can be taken from one job to the other another job, and that is critical thinking, empathy, which will always remain relevant in whichever industry any student comes apart. So yes, a practical application of this can be seen in the life skills curriculum that UGC has recently posted on its website. Uh, that yes, they have come up with a revised life skills curriculum, and it's available on the UGC website as well. And apart from that, the integration of soft skills into the curriculum. Our college is a college which is affiliated to AKTU, that is the Abdul Kalam Technical University. And Abdul Kalam Technical University has taken this particular initiative of making making a subject like soft skills a part of all BTech first year students. All BTech first year students have to go through the soft skills curriculum. So that is one initiative taken up by the AKTU, and we are continuing with it. We have recently received uh, approval for going to the autonomous status as a college. So we will also be continuing with this soft skills part throughout the journey of the students from the first year to the fourth year. So critical thinking, very important skill that needs to be developed in all our students. Effective communication. In fact, if we talk about the LinkedIn Learning Report released this year in January only, so the LinkedIn Learning Report has kept effective communication as the number one skill required from the workforce. So it's a great thing because uh, me being from the English background, it is in fact one of the things that satisfies me, that English communication and is something that I am trying to help the students become better at. So that in itself is a very satisfying thing for me. Of course, working on creativity, collaboration, understanding cultural diversity, problem solving, empathy, and emotional intelligence, all this is extremely important. For example, empathy and emotional intelligence. That would also work out to be a sub part of effective communication, because effective communication helps us in establishing good interpersonal skills. And when we have good interpersonal skills, we will be able to understand other people better, try to literally be in their shoes rather than just sympathizing with them. So understanding the other person's emotions as well, that is also going to be a, a sub part of communication. And if I talk about all these skills, critical thinking, communication, creativity, collaboration, etc. Now, we know that there is a Confederation of Indian Industries, CII is there. So along with CII, there is a joint publication which has been released from 2014 onwards. It's called the India Skills Report. India Skills Report, which is jointly published by CII and VBox. So they they give a list of skills which are desirable from all the students across all domains of learning. And these skills are coming out to be on top year after year. They just change their ranks. For example, communication is number one this year. It was at number five last year. Critical thinking was at number one last year. It is at number three this year. So these are the skills which are required the most as far as the industry is also concerned. And we from the humanities background, when we make our students read a variety of topics in a variety of domains, they are able to develop those critical thinking and problem solving skills. When we give our students case studies to handle, to come up with the analysis and solution, present alternative solutions to the questions presented in a case, we promote their critical thinking and problem solving skills. And because different students, while interacting on through those case studies, will come up with different ideas. So obviously, creativity is also enhanced. And at the end, when we ask them to come to a consensus that yes, come present the best possible solution to this particular case or situation. So collaboration is also enhanced. So case studies is perhaps one of the best ways to inculcate all these dynamics. One more thing that has gained a lot of ground, that and that is understanding of the cultural diversity. And that understanding of the cultural diversity is has been necessitated by the culture of work from home. The work from home, the remote working culture, especially in the IT sector, and apart from the IT sector, lots of other business analysis, etc., sectors as well. So what is happening is that when one team member is sitting in the US, one team member is in Japan, another one in Germany, another one from the northeastern states of India, another one from South India, another one from North India, and another one from West India. So lots of team members working together. So understanding of the basic cultural differences, ideologies will help the team work together better in any particular on any particular project or task. So that in itself is also a huge requirement that we somewhere or the other need to inculcate in our students. So moving ahead, a little bit more, one more myth to address. Humanities is theory based, while STEM fields have more job market demand. I would say I would rather not call it STEM. Now, I would call it stream, STREAM. So, stream is S stands for science, T for technology, R for research, E for engineering, A for arts, and M for mathematics. So stream should be the correct. The stream should be the correct acronym nowadays, not STEM, because we need research as well. We need arts integration into engineering and science as well to make people more creative and let them be more human as well. Lots of talk has also been happening on the sustainable development goals, uh, the 17 sustainable development goals of the globe, the whole world. And out of that, number 4 is higher education, or rather quality education, I would say. So quality education cannot be done without integrating humanities and arts into or with other subjects. It opens up because it opens up diverse career opportunities. Uh, it's already well known and documented under the NEP 2020 that exposure to humanities courses, irrespective of the specialization of any particular student, uh, it inculcates a lot of variety of skills, as we discussed in the previous slide, like critical thinking, problem solving, communication, etc. And because of this promotion of critical thinking and problem solving, it's a part of the HOTS, the higher order thinking skills. That's the scope of humanities. And I am sure that some of you would have seen the news yesterday as well. UGC has announced that we can take admissions twice a year. uh, all the universities have been given that particular freedom of giving admissions once in the January February session and once again in the July August session. So this again is finding or rather uh, paving a way to become similar with international education standards, wherein the international universities are also taking admissions twice a year. So if we are going to be at par with them and at the same level playing field with them, this was a very important step that had to be taken by UGC. So this is a very welcome step. I'm sure it will benefit all the universities in India as well. So, on examining the diversity of academic and career paths, so what advantages the humanities courses offers? They are versatile. They make the people undergoing the courses versatile because they can make lots of they can make their career in law, journalism, academics, businesses, and more. In fact, we have got lots of example at our institute as well, wherein the BTech students have opted for LLB after their BTech. So, and with the increasing threat of cyber security happening, so integration of BTech with law would be a great domain to be a part of. Then second thing is leadership roles. Lots of people, especially in the industry, if they have good understanding, good empathy, they engage in employee engagement roles and they can become leaders in the industry. Social impact is of course there because if we remove the humanities subjects, maybe we will be dealing with lots of uncivilized people and of course the human doings only, not the human beings. If we take the creative industries, advertising, media, entertainment industry, hospitality industry, all that would be extremely, they would be devoid of the people if humanities streams were not there. Market and research analysts, that's of course to be there because as we are enhancing the problem solving skills, uh, analysis is something that we would be good at. Even the English literature graduates, they have to write analytically. Lots of written work they have to do. So they become very good at critical appreciation and analysis. So this is something that would suit them. Policy policy documentation, of course, lots and lots of opportunities exist there as well. If we see the number of internships being offered by the government, uh, one of the highest number of internships being offered by the government is through NEPI Aayog, wherein all the students can apply uh, from the 1st to 10th of every month, and then within the next 3 months they will get a call according to their particular profile if they meet the selection criteria of the NEPI Aayog. So policy formulation, documentation, etc., is a huge thing that can take place through the humanities students as well. Then communication specialists, of course, lots and lots of people are required to help in enhancing or improving effective communication. As we know very well that even silence is a method of communication. So when we say that effective communication, so is our message really going through to the next side? Is the receiver really understanding the message as we have said it, or is he or she interpreting it in his or her own perspective? So lots of things need to be understood as far as effective communication is concerned. And of course, international relations specialist. Uh, Lots of humanities graduates, people expert at foreign languages would be required for this. So, of course, foreign language teaching is never going to go out of fashion. And that is one particular scope wherein the humanities people will always be required. If we talk about the interdisciplinarity, so the first such meeting, the first such thing was thought of in 2017. UNESCO, the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, in collaboration with the Council for Philosophy and Human Sciences, organized a first ever conference in August 2017 to address the changes happening in the world of education, especially in the humanities sector. So this has been going on from that time. The first international initiative was taken long back, 8 years ago. And of course, we can never ignore this fact that the first question that humanities helps us in answering is who we are and how we ought to live. And that is something that can never go away because it's still, most of us are still confused about how we ought to live and who we really are. What's our purpose in life? What is our purpose on this planet Earth? That's still not clear to us. So that is a question that is always worth pondering and then focusing our energies towards help solving it. And if I talk about the practical aspects, so from the session 24-25, IIM Kozhikode has introduced the postgraduate program in liberal studies and management. IIT Delhi has added a master's program in humanities. Psychology has been a part of the GATE exam for quite a few number of years, but humanities has also been added on as a subject under the GATE exam now. So yes, please never think that humanities importance will die down. It's always going to increase. And another myth that I would like to again talk on is it's becoming irrelevant in the tech-dominated world. But no, it isn't, because empathy and the multidisciplinary approach as guided under NEP would would be a mainstay of the NEP and its implementation across India. And understanding the societal impacts, how can a engineer, if the engineer does not go into society, does not study some basic human values, something about the basic human culture, understand the society well, no engineer would be able to make a product or any application or any service that does not benefit humans without causing harm to the environment, etc. So yes, understanding the social impact of our manufacturing capability, of our softwares, of our hardware is extremely important. That's why the faculty associated with the humanities play a very important role. Then multidisciplinarity is of course a must. And if I talk about the integration of humanities and AI, I'm sure you would have heard of the concepts of Industry 4.0 and Industry 5.0. So Industry 4.0 was limited to automation, etc. But Industry 5.0 is moving towards cyber physical systems. So cyber physical systems would mean that the integration of the human plus machine is happening. So machines will not overtake us. We will be working along with the machines to make them perform even better to our advantage. And that is wherein the humans and the humanities fields would be required. Just to give you an example, someone who has got good command over language, he or she can become a prompt engineer. A prompt engineer is highly in demand in the IT sector, and it requires good prowess with your communication, with good control over language. So, and it is a high paying field. And apart from that, several foreign language courses are being introduced across all universities. Initially, the focus used to be on only French, Spanish, Japanese, and German. But if we see today, we have got Chinese, Mandarin, Korean, and so many other languages and their courses that are being added on at the university level, at the graduate level as well, at the postgraduate level, and even at the doctorate level. So yes, humanities stream is never going to die out. Please don't be afraid of that at all. Of course, the role of humanities in cultural preservation is also there. It preserves and promotes a diverse culture. And of course, if we see the neglect of humanities, what it can lead to, if we don't teach subjects or take up subjects related to humanities with our students, it's going to increase conflicts because of poor interpersonal skills. It may even give rise to more violence, psychological instability. Lots of people are already suffering with stress nowadays. Lack of tolerance. You can see the number of increase in the cases of divorce, etc., happening across the whole world, and neglect of collectivism. We Indians had a very old philosophy of Vasudev Kutumbakam, a universal brotherhood. So Vasudev Kutumbakam, universal brotherhood, is something that we Indians have been striving for, and our teachings in the Mahabharata, in the Vedas, have also propagated the same all over. So it's extremely essential to continue these teachings and, of course, propagate the same. And uh, mutual existence will also become a very, very difficult thing. That's something that is highly required. That's why humanities becomes extremely important. It has got social impact as well. We add to the social awareness. We help in building up the global citizenship. We call our world nowadays, it's called as a global village due to the huge connecting of people across all corners of the world through the internet. It's called a global village. So rather than talking about national citizenship, we can become global citizens if we are able to understand more and more cultures better. So yes, that's the social impact of the humanities. And of course, we need to somewhere or the other return to this particular focus that yes, uh, the primary objective of preparing humans to face the challenges of existence by enabling people to absorb and articulate historically informed and socio-culturally nuanced solutions to contemporary problems. This is something that we need to focus all our courses to, and this will be helping align the NEP with the Sustainable Development Goals as well. So the direction ahead, what can be done, how we can take our branch of study forward is, for example, I've shared one example, a study of literature to imply a skillful mastery of its parent language through varied avenues like soft skills, applied linguistics, oratory skills, and similar pursuits that have a distinctly practical orientation. That is how we can use a variety of fields, a variety of subjects in a particular domain to and use it practically, use its application driven side, because that is the need of the hour. And our education system also needs to be aligned more towards the application driven and practical orientation. So it will help in preparing our students to be contributing members of the society. They will be able to portray diversity of thought, have critical approach to values to better understand in the long-term socio-cultural and economic processes that affect environment changes, global migrations, and conflict management. As we can see even today, at least in the NCR region, the temperature has been continuously for more than 1 month, keeping around the 45 and above mark. So environmental challenges, global warming is not a myth, it's a reality. And if we have been unable to uh, train our students, train our next generation towards this aspect, everyone will be using technology blindly. They will not be understanding the humane side of technology and the products and services being developed by the engineers will not be human friendly. And that is wherein the role of the humanities becomes extremely important. I would just like to conclude uh, with a small quotation from one of the most well-known poets of the Romantic age, uh, Percy by Shelley. If the likes of Locke, Hume, Gibbon, Voltaire, and Rousseau had never lived, a little more nonsense would have been talked for a century or two, and perhaps a few more men, women, and children burned as heretics. So, yes, that's the end of my presentations. If you have any questions, I am willing to answer. You can also note down my mail ID. You can send across your queries on my mail, or you can text me on my WhatsApp number. You have my LinkedIn profile as well. So yes, thank you. Thank you for this opportunity to interact with you. Uh, Ma'am, the forum is open to questions. I'm stopping to sharing the screen.
Okay, sir. So that was not the end, actually. That was the beginning.
Right,
Because
ma'am.
you told, shared, explained things in such a nice way. Like earlier, even when I used to think, if I look at, yes, yeah, that is Miss Dolly who is saying thank you for such a wonderful session. Yes, sir. So I was talking about when I was thinking, I look at my graduation I did in 1998, we were having the humanity people like English, all science, history, and so on. If I look at NEP, that has given an opportunity to study science. So when I look the past and the present, if I compare, BA Maths was there.
Right,
We have BSc Maths.
right,
When we were studying BCom, English paper was there. So what type of, at that time, there was a craze for BCom, for BA, for everything.
right,
Now, why students are not thinking in that direction? Why science? Why, no doubt, in the form of bucket, the people are offering minor
right, right,
from the humanity, from the science, from the medical science as well. But earlier, students were participating everywhere. BA
yes,
Maths, BSc Maths, MA Maths, MSc Maths. When past was not changed, why this type of things are coming? I'm still able to, not able, I should say, to find out the exact reason.
Again, ma'am, I would come back to the point that I covered during my presentation, that our education has moved towards the utilitarian concept. That what is the use of pursuing this particular degree or this particular course? So when it was taken to a comparison level, that when a BSc Maths and a BA Maths or a MA Maths and an MSc Maths student was compared in the field of jobs or in the industry, an MSc Maths student was given much more importance than an MA Maths student.
Just because
So
of the tag, degree.
just because of the tag, although they may have studied the same syllabus. Now,
Hmm.
if I talk about a very simple example, if you see the field like geography, which is
Hmm.
considered to be a art subject only, you under the falling under the humanities domain,
Hmm.
but you find that at the master's level, there are offerings by universities which say MSc in geography rather than MA in geography, right? It is because of the integration of the earth sciences and the environmental sciences into the subject of geography. So integration of the science along with the humanities aspects has taken place, and it has somewhere or the other made it much more utilitarian as far as its practical application in the industry is concerned. For example, if we talk about the IMD, the Indian Meteorological Department, and
Hmm.
the forecasting that it does around
Hmm.
geography, because until and unless it involves people from the geography field, the
Hmm.
IMD won't be able to give forecasting. So the
Hmm.
geography people, they have also started doing analysis and data collection of previous so many years of weather and its record. They have analyzed the records. They have taken up courses on data analytics and data science. And then through those, they are able to forecast present weather or even future weather. Through our mobile phones, we can see the 10 days weather ahead or 15
Yes.
days weather ahead. So
Yes.
that has also become possible with the integration of subjects like geography with data science and data analysis. So integration of science with humanities is the need of the hour, and it will help us keep the engineers, the technocrats also as more of human beings.
So as UGC, just yesterday only, we also got that gazette in our group. The admission will be twice in a year. In the
Right.
same way, UGC should also think about the nomenclature of the humanities degrees.
Yes, ma'am. We can definitely, as a collective body of academicians, we can definitely put up this recommendation to UGC
Because
that yes.
BA should be replaced by at least some fascinating nomenclature, I should say.
Right. In fact, ma'am, there is some sort of debate still happening in the UGC to incorporate the courses like BBA and BCA
Hmm.
into the technical side and give its control to AICTE. Now, what is the debate is happening like that, and more and more colleges are thinking of that we should have a more orthodox nomenclature rather than calling it BBA, we'll call it a BCom in management. That is the more recent debate happening, because when it goes under the AICT control, what will happen is the fee regulation and everything will be according to AICT, and the
Yes, yes.
universities themselves will not be able to decide the fee regulation and everything
Hmm.
according to their own. So the universities will lose the ultimate control over these courses. If we want to make our BBA and BCA courses safe, we may also need to change the nomenclature of BS, take it to BSc in computer science. BSc in computer application. So
Yes.
that
Yes.
orthodox nomenclature is not going to go away for sure, ma'am. It's something that is still being debated.
So we have to be like that, and we have to pursue our program in a very rigorous mood.
Yes,
So
yes, ma'am.
students maybe, but sir, really, it's a wonderful session. I'm getting messages in chat box. It's a very I should say knowledge giving session. And again, as you people are suffering with the temperature of 45, we are enjoying the temperature here that is of 26 and 27.
Right.
So again, I welcome you, sir, here. Whenever you got time, kindly visit us physically. And
Right. Thank you, ma'am.
thank you so much, sir, for delivering such a wonderful session. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you to you and to all the participants for listening patiently. Thank you.
Thank you.